love the channel and find it useful in becoming a happy retiree. Subscribe today. I want to go back to the phones here and speak with a caller that we held over from the bottom of the half hour. Deneen. Deneen joins us from Douglasville. And if you're just tuning in, Deneen, are you back with me?
Yes.
Okay. So great. So I wanted to be able to spend a little bit of time here trying to help you through what is probably feels like a complex mountain to climb as well. And so you're in a tough spot is really what this boils down to.
And not only that, now that 3 of my kids two are of driving age.
Oh, car insurance has got, and by the way, car insurance is up about 100% depending on what company that you have insurance through. I know that some companies have raised premiums more than doubled their premiums for.
I had that done to me the other day.
Yeah, and 80% of accidents come from kids under the age of 21 and under. So they know that, and that's exactly they've increased premiums recently to reflect that. And you've got a bunch of drivers, for God's sakes, and your 11-year-old. It's not too long until the 11-year-old is getting a permit.
Yes, thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, so you've got this barrage of expenses, and you're in the most expensive period of time in your life, and it doesn't sound like you're getting a lot of help from your ex,
nope.
right?
No.
We didn't even bring that up, but I could just tell there's not a lot of support there.
Yes, he's not paying what he's supposed to pay, so I'm having to take.
Oh, so you're not even getting that? Are you getting even the two a month in?
Not timely.
Oh
not when he's supposed to, and then he's supposed to pay half the medical expenses and half of a lot of other things, and he's not doing it. So
all right,
that's where a lot of the expenses are coming from.
There's two simple answers to your problem, and they're not easy, but they're simple. The first one, obviously, is use some of that QDRO money. Some of that, you're going to be taxed on it if you pull it out. You're going to be penalized because you're still only 53. It's not the best use of that money, right?
Right.
So I'd hate to see you do that, but you're a mom and you've got to do what you need to do to survive and pay the bills. Obviously, you want your kids working and getting self-sufficient as soon as humanly possible. So they need to. So this is an all hands on deck scenario, as you probably already know. The kids have to step up in life and work and contribute so that it eases the burden on the family. So you can't pay for your health insurance, which again is another issue. I heard you say COBRA. That's extraordinarily expensive. So you've got all these things to work on. One, you got to get the family to chip in. That's a no-brainer. They all have to participate and carry their own weight.
They've been alienated, and one's been estranged from me. So that's very difficult. That's impossible right now.
Okay. Well, if that child is alienated, then you're not paying for that child, correct?
Right. The one that's estranged from me, I'm getting child support for him, but he's not coming over here.
Wow. Yeah. Well, that's a whole nother can of worms. But you can tap into the QDRO, and I would say that, $330,000 goes a long way. So even though it's an inefficient way, it's an inefficient vehicle or bucket of money to use, obviously you can use it in a worst case scenario. The next part here is income. You told me you're working in preschool. Can you get a full-time, it sounds like you're already full-time, but what can we do about your income? Can you get another type of teaching job? What kind of other job could you get where you're making $4,000 or $5,000 a month instead?
Well, right now I'm finishing out this school year, and then I'm trying to find a position as a paralegal, because I am trained and I have experience from the 90s as a paralegal, and I'm certified. So that's what I'm working on right now to increase my income.
So paralegal so you can make a lot more money if you do that. So are you going to some sort of program to get that? I
am already ABA certified, but I am going back to college. I have been going back to college just to refresh my skills. It's kind of like a financial planner. If they're out of practice for 30 years,
Yes.
then,
Well,
it's always a good idea to go.
All right, so you are going to, that is smart, and you've got to do something like that here.
Yes.
I mean, that is the answer. The numbers just don't work on $2,000 a month in income. Not with 4 kids, and again, unless you want to drain most of that $330,000, which you can do in the interim, but you have got to focus on your ability to be able to bring in more income. And I don't know exactly what you'd be making as a paralegal, but I know it's probably double or triple than what you're making right now. So if
it might be about double, yeah.
At least double. So
yeah.
you've got that's the answer here. That's not an easy answer to your question.
Right.
But you've got to go do that and know that if it takes $10 or $20 or $30,000 in money out of that QDRO to pay for getting recertified, getting relicensed, and filling the gap before you're able to get finished through that program and then get a new job at $4,000 or $5,000 a month as opposed to $2,000, that's really what you need to do. So don't feel guilty, obviously, if you need to use some of that QDRO money to do so. The next and final piece of the equation here is that for now, you've got to just leave that $330,000. I would be really cautious with that, how you invest it. Maybe half of it is fine to invest. That maybe 150 of the 330 you can invest in a long-term vehicle, some sort of equity, stock, mutual fund that is long-term based. But the other half, you might end up using a bunch of it for now.
Right.
Hopefully not. But the other half needs to stay in something like treasuries right now. And right now you can get at least 2.5% in really short-term bonds, 2.5 to 3 even. And that's really what you need to do here, Deneen, with the QDRO. So be very careful with that half of it. I know that we don't have time's running out here today on the phone. Email me and our team. I can give you some suggestions on how to do this. Just go to my website, wesmoss.com. And there's a contact button. Those emails come straight to me, Ryan Ely, who's here too, and our team, and we'll get back to you with some help on what to do where you stand today. But I've got to run. I wish you the best. You sound like a strong mom. You'll get through it, and the whole family will be better off for it. But it's just a tough spot right now.
I so appreciate our conversation this morning. Thank you so much. You don't know how much you've helped.
All right, I wish you the best, and God bless. Really, there's a lot that we just went through with Deneen, who just got divorced. She's got 4 kids. She's got a QDRO, which is for a retirement plan, it's a qualified domestic relation order. If she leaves it in that at the plan level, she can be exempted from the usual 10% early withdrawal penalty. If it gets rolled into an IRA, then you've got to worry about that 10% penalty pre-59.5. So that's another big consideration, and really an important call with a lot of pieces to go over, and I'm glad she did. So thank you for that. Hi, I'm Wes Moss, and thanks for taking a minute to hear about what's so different about my new book, You Can Retire Sooner Than You Think. So unlike other retirement books, this book will give you a step-by-step guide, whether you're in your 20s or 30s or 40s or 50s, to learn from what these successful and happy retirees did to get there. I hope you enjoy the book, but more importantly, I know that it'll help you retire sooner than you think.